It's like everywhere you look, bam, 90s nostalgia right in your face.
Yeah.
Butterfly clips are back. Grunge is having a moment. But you know what I'm really loving? It's the return of those 90s heartthrobs.
Oh, absolutely. I'm totally with you on that one.
Like Josh Hartnett, Adam Brody. They're
Yeah.
back in a big way, and it is, like, so good.
And you know what I think is really interesting about this whole thing? It's like they're not just, riding the nostalgia wave. They're actually like bringing all this experience, all this depth that they've gained over the years to these new projects, which is so cool to see.
And no one, like, embodies that more than Joshua Jackson, am I right?
Oh, for sure.
He's, like, leading this new ABC show, Doctor Odyssey. Have you had a chance to check it out at all?
I haven't actually seen it yet, but like I've seen the buzz, people are saying it's like this quirky medical drama.
Oh, okay.
Something like if Royal Pains and the Love Boat had a baby, right? But then, and this is where it gets kind of wild, you sprinkle in some of like the grosser parts of 911, Lone Star.
Okay. So we're talking medical emergencies, but on a cruise ship. Sign me up. That sounds kind of amazing. But tell me more about, like, Joshua Jackson's character. What kind of doctor is he playing in all of this?
So he's Dr. Max Bankman, the head of the ship's medical team. And from what I've heard, he's got this, like, effortless charm, very witty, which seems like absolutely perfect for the role.
It's funny you should say that, because when I think of Joshua Jackson and that whole charm and wit thing, I immediately go back to, like, Dawson's Creek, Pacey Witter, hello.
Oh, such a good call.
That show was, like, everything back in the day.
Oh my gosh, Dawson's Creek, total classic. I mean, it just like captured those teenage years so well, all the angst, all the drama, it was spot on.
Right.
And Pacey was key to all of that. Like he starts as this, goofy kind of character, the comic relief.
Yeah.
But because of Jackson's performance, you really watch him evolve into someone so much more complex and interesting.
And honestly, a lot of that evolution was because of that whole Dawson, Pacey, Joey love triangle. Let's be real.
Oh, 100%.
Talk about some top-tier teen drama.
Right. I mean, that was the kind of stuff that, like, kept you glued to the screen. But I think it wasn't just the love triangle itself, It was how Jackson actually played his part in all of it. He brought this realness, this vulnerability to Pacey that made those relationships, even though they were, like, super messy, they felt believable.
He really had this way of balancing the humor and, like, the heartbreak of it all. And you know what else is interesting, and the article actually points this out, is how he often stole scenes, even from, like, James Van Der Beek, who was, supposed to be the heartthrob.
Oh, totally.
Like, he just had this presence.
It really does say a lot about his talent, right?
Yeah.
That he could command attention not by outshining other people, but by, like, bringing that authenticity, that depth to his role. It's really something.
For sure. And he definitely, like, carried that talent right on over to Fringe. Talk about a departure from Dawson's Creek, right?
Yeah. Right. We're talking full-on sci-fi here. Alternate realities, government conspiracies, the whole shebang.
I know. It's a perfect example of how Jackson is always down to try these roles that let him explore all these different parts of, like, his acting skills. And Fringe, it's funny you mentioned it, because just like Doctor Odyssey, it kind of dives into these fantastical elements, right? But what Jackson does, and he's so good at it, is that he grounds all those crazy elements with real, genuine human emotion.
Totally.
But he makes it relatable even when it's, like, totally out there.
It's like he finds the heart of the character even when they're stuck in, like, a parallel universe or something.
Exactly.
And Peter Bishop, his character in Fringe, that guy went through so much. Like, one minute it's witty banter, the next it's this, like, really heavy drama, and then they've got him in these crazy action sequences. The range, it's a lot. It is. And he handles it all so well, like, so convincingly. And what I think is interesting is that Fringe really gave him the space to, like, flex his dramatic muscles in a way that, even though Dawson's Creek had its moments, it didn't really allow for. We really get to see his full potential in that show.
And he just, like, never lets himself get stuck in a box. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, he could easily done Fringe and then just, like, ridden that whole sci-fi wave.
Yeah, for sure.
But he doesn't. He's like, nope, I'm going to go do the affair, and little fires everywhere, and these really, like, meaty, interesting roles.
It really shows you how much he wants to, like, push himself,
Yeah.
He could just do the same kind of thing over and over again, but he's out there looking for those roles that challenge him, roles where he can be someone totally different.
It's like he's got this radar for, like, those stories, those characters that just, like, grab you.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Death, for instance. Oh, my God, he freaked me out in that.
Oh, tell me about it.
playing this real-life neurosurgeon who, well, let's just say not all of his surgeries went so well.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. That's the one that really got under my skin, I have to say. Like, talk about a masterclass in how to play someone who's both really complex, but also, like, really disturbing at the same time. The way he just became that character, it was like night and day from Pacey Witter or Peter Bishop.
Right. It really makes you wonder, like, what was it about that project, that character, that he connected with? What made him want to go there?
And that's what I love, you know, he keeps us guessing. He's not afraid to go to those dark places, those tough subjects. And even when he's not the main guy, like in Little Fires Everywhere, he's got this quiet intensity that just draws you in. You can't take your eyes off of him.
It's like he knows that even if the role is smaller, he can still make a huge impact.
Yeah.
You know, if he brings his A game and really, like, understands that character.
Totally. It shows how dedicated he is to acting. You know, it's not about being famous for him. It's about finding those stories, those characters that are actually interesting.
And it feels like he's really found a home in television. You know, like, yeah, he's got those classic movie roles,
Yeah.
The Mighty Ducks, Cruel Intentions, iconic.
For sure.
But his TV career, it's just different, you know?
It's interesting, right? Because it's like his career is kind of mirroring how TV itself has changed. Like, it used to be that TV was the less cool younger brother of movies.
Oh, totally.
But now it's like TV is where it's at. That's where all the really interesting, groundbreaking stories are being told.
100%. And you see that in the kind of projects he picks. He's not afraid of, like, the whole series format, you know?
Right.
Those characters that get to, like, grow and evolve over many seasons.
It's like he understood how powerful TV could be way before a lot of other people did. Like,
Yeah.
he saw that it was a way to really explore a character in a way that movies just don't have the time to do.
And you know, it's funny because the article we're talking about, they actually called Joshua Jackson like a TV heartthrob.
Right.
Which, okay, he's been that since Dawson's Creek, but it makes you wonder, like, what is it that makes someone, like, really endure on screen?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's definitely more than just, you know, how you look, right?
Sure.
There's got to be something else, some kind of charisma, something that makes people feel like they know you, that makes them want to keep coming back for more.
And Jackson's got that for sure.
I did.
But what I like is that he doesn't, like, coast on that, you know?
Yeah.
He's got the talent to back it up. He's
Right.
always pushing himself to do more.
Exactly. He could easily just be like, hey, remember Pacey? That's me. Good times. But he
Yeah.
doesn't, you know, he picks projects that are entertaining, but also make you think. He's not afraid to take chances to do something completely different. And I really respect that.
For sure. And that brings us all the way back to Doctor Odyssey, which, okay, from what I've heard, it sounds kind of bonkers, like a medical drama on a cruise ship. Did you get any sense of, like, where they might go with that?
Oh, honestly, that's kind of the best part. It could go anywhere, but with Jackson in it, it's definitely going to be good. He always finds a way to bring these characters to life, to make you care about them, even when the story is, like, totally out there. So even with the whole medical mystery cruise ship thing going on, I bet he finds the heart of it.
It really makes you wonder, like, what's next for him? He's done it all. Teen drama, sci-fi, now this crazy medical show. What's left? Is this going to be his year to win all the awards?
Oh, man, who knows? But wouldn't that be something? I mean, when you look back on his career, he's never backed down from a challenge.
Yeah.
So you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we haven't even seen the half of it. He might just be getting started.
There you have it. Joshua Jackson, everybody, from Dawson's Creek to Fringe and beyond. He has basically done it all.
Seriously,
Yeah.
he is so talented, not afraid of anything, and he just knows how to keep people entertained.
He really does. And that is it for a deep dive into the amazing career of Joshua Jackson. Big question for all of you listening. What do you see him doing next? Hit us up on social media. Let us know what you think. Until next time, thanks for listening.